Welcome to Twisted Monday. And you just saw exactly what we're doing. Twist the Metal Head On as Sweet Tooth. It's always a special occasion when we bring out the ice cream truck. Only so many opportunities to do so in the series. And this is one of them. So Needles Kane, not Needles the Kane, just Needles Kane, is ageless, although he is of definite height and weight. Somehow. Metric weight, nicely enough, this being the PAL version of the game. He is by far the most aggressive competitor Twisted Metal has ever known. Competed in every single contest, which is impossible because he'd be dead after one. But he's the insane clown. Great. Where's his posse? He's tired of this position. He is sick of being part of the posse. He wants to be the leader. And if he gets his wish, he will do so. No mention of any Marcus Kane shenanigans, which are definitely relevant to the plot of this game and every Twisted Metal game. So, who knows what's going on there? We'll see how relevant this story is to the overall canon. Spoilers, not very much. Last Tyrant makes a good point. Sweet Tooth canonically competed in the first, or the 10th Twisted Metal competition, which is what Twisted Metal 1 was. And no competition before that. So he did not compete in every Twisted Metal contest. We've already been told lies. A web of lies. There's our napalm cone. An old classic. Someone stole my napalm non-cone. The best attack in this game. Would have been nice to have that. Oh well. Not too worried about much of anything here. Sweet Tooth is strong as hell. We are in no danger yet. And probably won't be in significant danger anywhere in the run. If it's Sweet Tooth and Twisted Metal, he's got a good chance of winning. He's always a strong character. No wonder he's the main character around which the entire story has been written. Okay, we have Twisted Metal Black controls for our energy moves. I forgot to look that up in advance of the stream, so I'm sort of guessing and experimenting right now. But they're the ones I know best, so I don't need to experiment too much. I'm gonna go get the full health. Hopefully quickly enough. Sliding all around, but we got it. Virtually cannot lose now. Here's the secret area we can go fight Yellow Jacket in its only appearance in this game. And it's not really Yellow Jacket, it's just a bunch of taxi cabs. I will not subject you to the minigames. You're welcome. Where's that other corpse I killed? I guess I'm not gonna get there. Upgrade point. We'll live without it. Get rid of these ricochets. Not sure where Outlaw's going, but it's annoying. Ready to die yet? Nope. Off you go. Okay. There we go. So that is the extent of what we saw of Sweet Tooth in Head On during the Let's Play years ago. Clearly, that's not enough. We need to see the rest of the game as Sweet Tooth. We never even saw, like, his upgraded special. You could probably guess what it is, but we didn't see it. And that technically matters to some people. This is going to be the extra Twisted Edition here. I'm thinking next time I play this game, I should break out the PSP version again, though. Get some more variety, as much variety as we possibly can, as we revisit these games. As it remains a questionable idea that I feel I need to make excuses about every single time I do it. You better not be going for the full health. Thankfully, you were not. I'll take that. Oh, Grim. Always nice to see Grim, even when we're not playing as him. He's usually harmless in the hands of the AI, so I'm not too worried about him. Let us destroy Hollywood. It's what System of a Down would have wanted, I think. Admittedly, I didn't pay too much attention to those albums outside of BYOB. Off the teleporter, guys. I'm trying to get out of here. Want to see the fireworks show. Here it goes. All the letters coming down on our head. Hell of a way to learn the alphabet. Sesame Street would be proud of Twisted Metal. It's a shame that, like, Grand Theft Auto likes ended up being the thing that every property wanted to rip off. And Tony Hawk likes, occasionally. Too commonly, for being honest. But no one made, like, licensed car combat games for some reason. It would have made just as much sense as Grand Theft Auto clones. Probably would have been easier to make, too, because you wouldn't have to make a whole open world. Just a handful of levels that have references to the property you're trying to sell people on. Everyone wins. The cash and developers don't have as much to worry about. Not nearly as much work to do. And the fans have more fun. And I have more stuff to talk about. But no, instead there's like 3 car combat franchises that I have to hang my hat on for the rest of my life. I'm probably gonna eventually start doing playthroughs of Twisted Metal adjacent games as the bonus content for Twisted Monday. There's only so much you can do with legit Twisted Metal. And I was reminded of that by these posters here, referencing a certain Twisted Metal-like that is not at all a car combat game, but definitely gives off that vibe. Mr. Grimm is demised, and I have full health as we enter whatever level is next. It's a choice, actually. We can go to Paris or Egypt. I think Sweet Tooth makes sense in Paris, based on absolutely nothing. So here we are. Sweet Tooth in Paris. Dreams do come true. And we have very Parisian music, in my opinion. Swarmer missiles would be good to start burning off. And I have a trillion napalms, so... those are super easy to land. I say as I whiff 2 of them. 40 damage. Rain and napalms. A classic problem of the residents of Paris. I might not even bring down the Eiffel Tower. Who needs to see the rooftops? Up. Jump upgrade is a little absurd. Always has been and always will be. I actually really like all the music in this game. Chuck Dowd, I looked up, is the composer. And I did not think to look up anything else he's ever done, so I don't know who that is. But he did good work this time, and probably other times. There's a lot of really interesting metal-inspired tracks. The instrumentation all around is fairly varied. Uh-oh. I lost one. And all my upgrades. Right next to a health refill, too. Wouldn't it really save me, though? They're very irritating about their shields. And my power missiles fire from an arbitrary point that is super hard to line up with anything. But yeah, on the subject of the music, I think it's all good. I added tons of tracks from this soundtrack to my mix, most of which I had been resisting for a long time. But it turns out I like pretty much all of them. Hey, nice. I did not think that was going to land, but there we go. You don't even actually have to have a lock-on. That's so much better than reticles are. It's like, kind of broken how good swarm missiles are. And they come from the video game Warhawk, initially. I need to do another Warhawk full playthrough. It's the first one. I didn't realize how difficult that game was. I practiced about half of it, and the latter half was virtually impossible. And that is another Twisted Metal adjacent game. Damn you, Shadow. This should finish him. There he goes. Nice and easy. Shame that I lost a life, but we should be fine. I'll save just in case. Because in the Extra Twisted Edition, you do not regenerate lives between levels. I still think it's a programming error. But it's definitely intentional that Cousin Eddie's wheels are clearly not attached to the rest of the vehicle. They're floating in midair. That is definitely a callback to the fact that Twisted Metal 2 was supposed to take place with all hover vehicles. Because they were sure that Twisted Metal 1 was going to be a huge flop. And they were looking for ways to make more precise controls. But then Twisted Metal 1 ended up being a huge success. didn't have to revamp it at all. Hey, armor upgrade already. That means the special upgrade is just about here. One more kill on this guy, whose name I forget. I know the vehicle is named ATV because they didn't bother to name it at all. Also, it's up in the upper left. So that goes to show how good my memory is. I'm capable at looking at the upper left of the screen. There he is, his corpse rolling around on the ground. And there's our special. Gene Ruddish. Thank you, chat. We got the silent version of the level. A dystopian urban landscape in complete silence. Which is representative of Sweet Tooth's growing madness. This game is canonical to the Silent Hill series. Oh, that's right, I haven't seen Gene Ruddish's cutscene in a long time, but he's Boomhauer. I forgot about that. Maybe I should play as ATV soon, or perhaps even next. Until then, I do gotta finish Cousin Eddie off here. That got the top hillbilly. Now you may recall, or you may not, it's been a bit of a while, but last time I played this game, it was as Mr. Slam. And after I knocked the shield off of Cousin Eddie, he died instantly. And I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was some kind of glitch. And in a lot of ways it was some kind of glitch. It seems like when you knock Cousin Eddie's shield off, there is a brief period before his health bar appears where he is vulnerable to attack. And if you attack him in that period, and that attack is ongoing, such that it lasts until the health bar actually does appear, it counts as the boss having 0 HP at the moment that the health bar does show up, which is the trigger for the boss to die. Thus, I was able to kill the boss instantaneously, because I was grabbing him when he became vulnerable. Dealt his entire health bar in that moment. There, he should be dead. No. This is getting mildly obnoxious. But anyway, skipping the entirety of the post-shield phase of this fight is a pretty useful tool for speedrunners. And I believe that is why Outlaw appears to be the most popular choice for speedrunning this game. You knock the shield off, and in that moment you activate the taser, and the taser will still be doing damage as the boss becomes vulnerable. How is this hillbilly still alive? This is getting ridiculous. Hit the hillbilly. God damn it. I have never had this much trouble with Cousin Eddie. There, finally. But yeah, you can see just waiting to take damage until his health bar appeared. Either I had my machine guns on him properly, or I hit him with an actual attack at the right second. And there we go. Instant death on Cousin Eddie. Maybe I stack damage. I don't know the rules. I'm just guessing here. I've not done the science. I've only observed several instances of this happening. I meant to actually watch the speedruns beyond just looking which vehicle they used. But instead, I'm just sort of guessing that this is what they do. That is me not doing my due diligence. I have so many weapons that I literally cannot pick up anymore. Now, this game ended up only having a few of the tracks that are, like, mind-blowingly good. Like Vampire's Teeth. But every single track is just, like, workmanlike quality. Doesn't show up the gameplay, but it definitely accents it in a way that I find very enjoyable. And basically all these songs are now in the mix. Or when we need to replace music in licensed soundtracks. And now I'm in trouble. Need to get underground promptly. And Outlaw decided not to kill me for some reason. So, there we go. All set. Yeah, this is the only song in the game that is like this. Most of them are metal inspired. This one definitely has a metal influence. But it's got more of a techno vibe. Chucked Out is multi-talented. I've given myself many things to look up, to discuss in the next full playthrough where we do Head On. What else has Chucked Out done? What on earth do speedrunners do when they play this game? Or any of the Twisted Metals, really, besides just play the game well. Enemies are being very irritating. They are clearly on hard difficulty. I made absolutely sure of it. Although Roadkill was just standing in the fire. And if you know the plot of the game, that is multiple Marcus Cains wandering around in the world at the same time. Game doesn't bother to tell us why or how. There we go. Another one down. There can be only one. Interesting. The composer might be someone called Enon Zur. There's some intrigue surrounding the soundtrack of Metal Head On for some reason. Chucked Out is listed in the credits for all the tracks that I have downloaded. But you know, that's ultimately meaningless. We'll get more information on that eventually. This track has a much better alternate version, in my opinion. But this one's also very good. I had to choose Grease here because I technically do not have Grease unlocked because I've never played it in the emulated version I'm currently playing. So if I don't play Grease now, I will not be able to use it in challenge mode. Normally I play this game on PS2 where I have everything unlocked. No such luck today. That said, there will be bonus content where I do play the Russia level as Sweet Tooth. after we complete our full playthrough. There's a way to get up on the smokestacks there. Not on top of the smokestacks like it's Banjo-Kazooie, but in the area of the smokestacks. What is the environmental attack here? Oh, right, the Zeus Lightning. Totally useless in our hands. The enemies love to spam it non-stop. Full health, which is not very impressive. Our maximum health bar is very, very low until we get the upgrade. Accidentally blew myself up with the remote bomb there. This game controls so smoothly that I tend to make mistakes that the enemy is much better at taking advantage of because it controls smoothly for them as well. Remote bombs are much better in the clunky PS1 games, because everyone just has to resort to jousting, and you can leave a bomb behind where you are. Then the enemy ends up there, and you set it off. Get a bunch of free damage. This is a bad spot to be in, I will admit. The collision here is very hard to manipulate. I was legitimately stuck for a second there, but I'm free. Go for a nice low armor target. Launch my special into space. I'm actually surprised it didn't home back down to the ground, because the homing on the napalm cone is relentless, normally. So it's a slight hang, just a couple of frames every single time the music track changes. Even in an emulation, they need to pretend they're loading that track. Here's the version of the music for this level that I like better. Enemies are being extremely irritating with regard to freezing. I spend way too much time frozen. I know where another health pickup is. Pretty sure Zeus has one. If we can get to it, and we did. We even got away afterwards. Enemies are slacking on their Zeus Thunder. And now they're way over there. Oh, God of War and Rise of the Kasai as well. That's honestly weird that this game's composer worked on those as well. Didn't realize he had an association with the composer of Twisted Metal Small Brawl. I'm close to death. Almost drove myself into the water. And you'll know we're on our last life. That should have been Hammerhead exploding, and it was. There we go. It's just that easy. Onto Monaco? Can I handle Monaco in my current state without going back to the main menu and reloading? Yeah. After this is Transylvania, and Transylvania has a lot of enemies in it. I believe I will reload to get my lives back if I make it to Transylvania after this. Hey, Grasshopper! Haven't seen her this whole run yet. And that's the last of her. Blown away instantaneously. Didn't even try to shield herself. Sorry, Grasshopper. take a Formula One racer with me for a little while. Shadow entered a hearse in an F1 race. But Twister's here, of course. It almost feels like Twister is scripted to show up here. I wouldn't blame him if they did. But I do always see her here, blending in with the other cars in perfect camouflage. Here's our terrible fountain. You know, it honestly looks okay. Normally you drive past it so quickly that it just looks like a solid sheet of ice. I do believe the PSP version looks better than that. And if I remember to play that, next time I check this game out, I'll be sure to check. Blow up the building. Sweet Tooth has done 9/11 3 times, apparently. In Twisted Metal Black, you can knock down multiple buildings in a populated urban area in the downtown level. And then in this game, you do the same. And in the Twisted Metal 2 comic book that was released as a promotional tool before the game, the very last panel of the final page is the Twisted Metal competition literally knocking down the Twin Towers. Because that comic book was released in 1996. And that's the sort of iconoclasm they engaged in as an edgelord video game at that time. They abstracted it very slightly for a couple of years afterwards. Okay, Axel. Put your Axel powers in chat. Even though he doesn't say that in this game. Or most games, for that matter. Just the second game and the fourth game, he just says Axel. Which is disappointing, for many reasons. Gonna get a decent weapon here. Blow myself up a few times. Take Axel with me. Axel's the one who suffers. Because I was invincible. Save, and now I'm gonna reload my lives. Axel is indeed a Pokemon. Now, you're going back to Transylvania. It's not even that big of a burden to exit back to a menu. It's honestly a shame that that is in the game. Or if you just go from one level to the next, it doesn't refill your lives. Because it's irritating. Wish they had fixed it. Wish they would re-release this game. Fix it. It's the only game I can't play on my PS3 in the entire Twisted Metal series. Got me good there. No more. I assume he was coming out here to get a health refill, of which there is one right over here. Transylvania is a cool level, and I hope we stick around long enough to hear Vampire's Teeth, because it's the only way you can hear it in this game. The PSP version, you're guaranteed to hear it, because it plays during the final boss, because it's the most climactic music in the entire game. In this game, you kind of need to sandbag. Bring an easier level. I do love the knockback effect on explosions. So they can't really knock you on your head. Vehicles are, like, programmed to not land on their heads. So you skate around on two wheels. I don't remember exactly where the health refills are. I know one is at the very, very top of the tower. It is kind of weird to juxtapose this track and the one afterwards, Vampire's Tears. Because Vampire's Tears calls back this track in its main motif. Intentionally. It's like a big climactic thing. But when you put them back to back, it loses most of its impact. See if I can figure out the way to the rooftop. I'm pretty sure it's just another elevator on the other side, maybe? Might have to drop down a level. Is the elevator over here? Yes. I think this is it. Here we go. I've sandbagged adequately. It begins. Okay, now we're ready to go kill everybody. Watch out, Mr. Grimm, somehow coming in over the mountains to get me. Not doing a great job. And doing a B- job. Didn't save him. We have someone with a chance of saving themselves here. Hammerhead's being a pain. He's explaining why he's one of the hardest to unlock characters in this game. Because he's in the secret mission that is in the final main level of the game. I have no real reason to save right now. I still have full lives. So even if I lose lives in the next level, like, it will just reset me with 3 at the beginning of the level. Even if I were to game over, which is not going to happen. Whatever. Better to get in the habit of it. Our upgraded special, when fully charged, launches a bunch of napalm cones, and everyone after the first does significantly less damage. But damage is damage. And health values are so low that it doesn't take much to kill anybody. Or become killed. Whoosh. This game does have the best jumps in the entire series. Not just because of the jump upgrade, but because the bumpers that switch weapons, they're what is used to do the jump. And they are very responsive, they read very well. They never misfire. And in my experience, they have never caused me to switch weapons accidentally. Even Twisted Metal Black makes me accidentally switch weapons all the time when I'm trying to jump. Somewhere around here is the full health. I guess someone might have grabbed it. No big deal. There's the dojo. I think I opened that up last time or some recent playthrough. But it is accessible. Better not shield. Thankfully, Thumper did not. I've still got a lot of enemies left. That is unacceptable. Spectre can be annihilated very quickly. If I can find it. There it is. Chucky Floop. You must die. You've done enough harm. Or perhaps not. Okay, yeah, he's dead. Do that. I think there's a health refill over here somewhere. Maybe it's been grabbed. I know there's one in the tunnel. But the remaining enemy is in the tunnel. In the wrong part of the tunnel. We're fine. It is a bit obnoxious that you do have to go and get health refills constantly. Your health pool is microscopic. It's weird to see, like, Sweet Tooth be this fragile. I'll never get used to it. There should be nowhere to hide from my special inside this tunnel. I do believe the traffic was absorbing the main shot, and just the weaker shots were actually hitting Twister. But she died anyway. Out of the rooftops. With a remix of the song we were just hearing. Once again, weakened by the juxtaposition. Just a little bit more downtime, I think. The two tracks are that similar. Close one. Just hold my breath there. I really thought I was going to jump over the edge. Let's get that guy out of here once and for all. Trying to figure out rear firing controls here. Maybe I can't rear fire those. Let's try something else. Oh, that's the mine controls. I wanted to check what would happen if you rear fired napalms. Because they have a unique effect when you do the gas cans rear fired in Twisted Metal Black. But that effect is made redundant by the presence of remote bombs in this game. Take you out. I'm sure rear fire is a thing in this game. But I've never used it, apparently. Thumper, swerving all over the place. I thought for sure she was going for the full health, but no. Grim pulling some smooth moves to avoid any sort of repercussions for his irritating behavior. Being a real pest. I appreciate it. I'm about sick of it. Need to get rid of it. There he goes. Ooh, just about to get a health refill too. Close one. Got enemies that I forgot their identity. I don't recognize their colors. And now I don't need to. Look at that damage. Beautiful. Love these special upgrades. Next battle. Final boss. It's just that easy. This game is very, very easy. It's no secret. It is apparently very funny, though. Now, is that Marcus Kane laughing? Or did he program the vehicle itself to laugh? I have to imagine that was Fred Tatasciore doing the laugh. Which would indicate that it is actually Marcus Kane. Did not mean to grab the full health there. I think it will respawn during the next phase. Not entirely sure, though. I don't normally need it during the first phase. In this game, they changed it so the first phase takes place immediately before the second phase, with not so much as even a loading screen between them. Change for the better. Have that. Because, yeah, we're about to fight the real boss. With even deeper voice-modulated laughter. So you know it means business. Always been a well-designed boss, visually. And audio-wise. Legendary music. This is when we're supposed to hear Vampire's Teeth. But instead, mid-tempo bongos. My favorite. It is weirdly one of the worst tracks in the entire game. A last-second remix that they slapped together. Composers are expensive. Boss kind of missed me there. He is still alive. And I'm not, so... Tower Tooth wins. Better than Sweet Tooth in this instance. Gonna get him with swarms. Eventually. Oh, stay there. I'm not entirely sure what is happening. And that's right, I used rear fires to take down Tower Tooth in one of my preceding runs. So I knew how to do it then. But I don't know how to do it now. Interesting. I will respawn with full lives at the beginning of the Dark Tooth phase, should I lose one more life. But at this point, I have no reason to get anywhere near Tower Tooth itself, because... Damn it. That was inconvenient. You can't shoot the legs anymore, you have to shoot the head at the top of the vehicle. So things like the remote bomb do literally nothing. Blow them up. Did they already make it so that... No. Chat said that maybe rear fire was hold triangle hit down. That is the case in Twisted Metal Lost. But not head on. Oh, I am in a horrible state right now. Tower 2 snuck up on me, and I literally could not escape. Oh, it spawns you right at the beginning of the boss. Like the Tower 2 phase. I didn't know that. I knew it years ago. But I guess I haven't game over to this boss in a long time. For good reason. It's really not that hard. When I first bought this game in 2008, I used to game over to this boss every single time. But it has been many a year. That said, when he wants to be, he is faster than you. No matter what your vehicle is. Line up these ricochets. Try and end this phase already. There we go. Full health is still available. Numerous lives remain. Not a lot of ammo. I do wish they had retrofitted the Twisted Metal Lost style of energy moves into Head On. I'm not really surprised that they didn't do that, but it probably would have been a change for the better. Well, this is less than ideal. Let's find a weapon. Wait for an opportunity. There it goes. Goodbye, opportunity. Here comes a new one. And there it goes. He's invincible again. I do love the way he stares at me at all times, though. Oh, I bombed myself. My special is apparently useless. Yeah. Zooms in on the toes. That's not going to help anybody. Ricochets are definitely useless. So, let's look for a weapon. Just anything that does anything here. That'll work. Nice health refill is always good. Some missiles. There goes a swarmer that I really could have used. I'm pretty sure the boss is right behind me. Still can't rear fire. I don't know why. It should be left, right, down, fire. Or maybe even just left, right, down. But obviously I tried that. There we go. We can do a little bit of damage. Wait for that shield to fall off. This is like almost a fair fight. I'm pretty sure it's immune to napalms, or at least virtually impossible to hit with napalms. So I do need 1 or 2 more weapons. I do think the boss can pick up health refills, so we're going to want to avoid allowing that by stealing them. Get them, swarmers. Terrible work, but it's better than nothing. There we go. On to Sweet Tooth's ending, as a reward for killing Sweet Tooth. It just makes sense.
Oh well, I guess we'll have to clean that up later. Now then, about your prize, Needle's Cane. What is your wish?
You know, Calypso, I've been looking at this face for a long time. I think it's time for a change.
That's your wish? You want a facelift?
Not quite. We've been doing this a long time, haven't we? You hold a twisted metal, I kill and destroy for you. I make a wish, you continue to sit on your throne, surrounded by your guards and women. I think you've had enough fun for a while.
Nobody makes you compete, Needles.
Right, of course not. Not at all.
Make your wish and claim your prize already. I have things to do that don't involve you.
Okay, pal of mine. I wish that you become me, and I become you.
Are you insane? I won't grant that wish.
I don't think you have a choice, Sunshine.
You see, what I say goes. This is impossible. Guards, kill the intruder!
Ooh, good idea. Do that. Looks like we've got 2 bodies to clean up now. Guards? and where did my women go?
The visual glitches were because Needles was losing his mind that whole time. And then they cleared up because I guess he snapped back into reality in order to make his wish. And that, for my money, is the best Sweet Tooth ending in the entire Twisted Metal series. I don't say that lightly, but Sweet Tooth often has good endings, and that's the best one. There's plenty of other good ones. Nothing, in my opinion, beats that one. It's just a really, really good depiction of the character. Really amusing. Perhaps a good setup for a sequel that is never going to happen. We'll never know. But, yeah, clearly there are better ways to have seen it. And the art for the cutscene itself is rather poor. There are a lot of frames of the comic that are, like, very, very silly. Sweet Tooth makes a lot of goofy faces. I don't know how he makes faces. He's wearing a mask, clearly. And Calypso's got the worst faces of any of his cutscenes, and yet, still, fantastic ending. Try as they might, they could not have undercut the voice acting. It was too strong. So there we go. That was a full playthrough with Twisted Metal Head On. We'll do some bonus levels here in a second. And then Twisted Metal Lost. Stick around if you want to enjoy those. For now, I am Fiendly, and I thank you for watching Twisted Monday.